Greetings. Welcome to the Dragon Con Urban Fantasy Track author interview series. And I am joined tonight by the wonderful and longtime supporter of the track, I might add, Delilah Dawson. Delilah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me again.
And I think you may have the record for the most number of, of these interviews, whether it was that long first one that I did, which was, when we talked about, everything. And then we've done a few of the kind of catch up ones since, which is also what we'll do tonight. But I do want to mention that this is the 100th recording on this YouTube channel. And so you're in that honored spot. And I appreciate you doing so. I'm really happy that you were able to do this, especially because I know how busy you are. And let's just face it, it's a busy time of year. So I do really appreciate you being here.
Glad to be here, always.
Yeah.
I wasn't glad that time that we were stuck in a car together for 14 hours on the Kentucky highway.
That's right.
Anywhere else, I'm glad to be.
Yeah, well, that was a little extreme, probably because we didn't know what the outcome would be. It's like, it's
well,
one
we were going to eat you was going to be the outcome, but you
That's
survived,
right. That's right. We had that. That's right. And it's a testament to your great self-control that I am still alive and today and not like a zombie or something. But
well, and the fact that we found an Olive Garden, but
yeah, that and that happened before the accident, I think. So, but that was a very interesting time. And yes, and I would add for any of our listeners that I was trying to remember exactly how long ago it was that we met. And I want to say, I know it was right before Wicked as She Come, or Wicked as They Come came out. I can say that 5 times.
Yes, it'd be 2012.
Yeah.
As James Tuck's reading at Foxtail Books in Woodstock, I believe.
Yeah. And it, it was, it's been a long time, and it's been it's been so gratifying for me as a reader and someone who appreciates your work so much to see the incredible output that you've had in that amount of time. I mean, as many books as you've written and actually published. Well, because I know sometimes it doesn't always work. I know there are those hidden ones that no one will ever see from the early days, right? And doesn't everybody have, what do they call them, trunk novels? Yeah. And, so it's just really, it's been really cool to see that. And it was funny. I was looking back, I was trying to find like some of my other documents from when we had spoken before. And I came across the very first virtual interview that we did in 2020, in December of 2020. And I saw, when I was flipping through it, I was like, okay, that's the old one. So I'm looking for another one. But one of the questions, or one of my little notes at the top of the page, was that I referred to you as a Jill of all trades. And I thought that's even more apt now than it was then. And so that's that's just great. And I guess since the last time we spoke was probably, we were just talking about that before, that I believe when we talked about the violence, we were talking about that specifically because I thought, I really want to talk about this book. So hopefully Delilah will talk to me.
Because I'll talk about the violence anytime.
Yes. And which, was a significant, I think a significant step for you in one direction. But I do want to make sure and pimp this one, which I think also came out since then.
Yep.
And your Rise of the Red Blade, and your whole involvement with the Star Wars franchise and everything. And I'm guessing it must have gone pretty well because you had several, several different things, and even a Disney park that is partly based, or based on your series, or your, there's a connection there, and which impressed my grandsons to no end. I might add. So that.
We had to go somewhere after they were very impressed with my tiny hats back in the day.
That's right. That's right. That was a good start to it. But just in case anybody's unfamiliar with that, can you just kind of briefly talk about how you got started with the Star Wars franchise a little bit?
Oh, sure. I mean, well, I've been a fan all my life. I was sleeping on Star Wars shirts before I'd seen the Star Wars movies, because back then movies were not on demand. But sometime around, like, maybe I think 2015, my friend Chuck Wendig got to write a Star Wars book. My friend Kevin Hearn got to write a Star Wars book. So I really decided that was going to be my next goal. So I had my agent reach out to the Star Wars editors, and I asked my friends to put in a good word for me. And I was in the Dahlonega Walmart, and I saw a cupcake with a Darth Vader ring in it, and I bought it. And I was like, I'm going to put this in the freezer, and when I get to write a Star Wars book, I'm going to eat it. So I'm going to do, like, dark Star Wars magic. And then 2 weeks went by and I didn't get the phone call, and I just got mad and was like, I like rage ate the cupcake. Like, I guess magic doesn't work. And then, like, the next day I got an email from my agent that was called, like, I'm about to blow your mind. So that was for The Perfect Weapon, which is my first novella that was based around The Force Awakens. Since then, I have said yes to everything Star Wars has offered me, because I love Star Wars and I love the Star Wars editors and I love writing for Star Wars. But yeah, the Galaxy's Edge Black Spire is my Star Wars book that ties in with the parks. That was the book where we introduced Vi Marati, who is the spy that you can, like, literally go see, like, kind of like the Disney princesses, except she's always sneaking around because she's a spy, but she's wearing an orange jacket and she has blue tips on her hair. So you can go meet her. She's my Snuffleupagus. She is real. And then recently,
well, I was just saying, when I was there, I didn't even see her. I wish I had, but anyway.
You got to look hard.
And then
so. This most recent one, Rise of the Red Blade, is a story about the Inquisitors. So it kind of ties into the Obi-Wan show and Acolyte as well, because we didn't really know much about the Inquisitors other than there is a Grand Inquisitor and he sucks. So I got to write this book that shows you what happens when, how a good Jedi would fall to becoming an Inquisitor, how a good person falls down that dark path. So it was a really fun book to write. Star Wars tends to come to me for violent women, and I really appreciate that.
They're like, well, we have this story. Oh yeah, we know the perfect one. Yeah, we know the perfect writer. Yes, okay. Well, and then your next foray that you kind of went sort of in a little bit of a spooky direction was Midnight at the Houdini.
Oh yeah,
and
winner of the Dragon Award, the 2024 Dragon Award for YA, which is, you can see it up there. It looks like a glass flame. And
yes, I remember when you came, and you actually came and did a panel. You didn't have time to take it back before. Before coming,
carried it right to the panel. It was like, whoop.
Yeah, that's right. Look what I got. Yeah, and that was amazing. So, and it's always nice. I'm sure that makes it kind of hold a special place in your heart when you've got something that the recognition for it, that you love it anyway, but then for that recognition to come from other people. What can you give us a little kind of elevator pitch about what that one is about, just so people will know and they have to go get it if they haven't?
Sure. It is my least violent book, which is quite a statement. But it is basically a kind of type A, very logical teen girl gets trapped in a hotel that is run by magic. So it rearranges itself around you. You may think you want to go to the 3rd floor and you may end up on the 6th floor. But it kind of merges The Tempest by Shakespeare with Sleep No More, which was an interactive theater experience in New York City. I wrote it during the pandemic. I just wanted a really nice escape that felt magical and fun. And so I sent it to my agent. She was like, there's kind of no plot here. And I was like, I know, it's all vibes. And she was like, well, let's give it a plot. So it's vibes given plot, but yeah, it's a very sweet, magical YA romance but it's still kind of spooky because like there's still, there's got to be something dark in there. It wouldn't be a book by me.
Right,
It's also so yeah, won the Dragon Award, and it's also a Florida Teen Reads pick.
Oh wow, well that's great. That's very helpful to, to bring things to the attention of, of an audience.
Florida has deemed it safe.
Yeah, there you go. That's one way of looking at it. Yes. Now, the next book kind of takes a bit of a darker turn, which some to some people it may seem as though the violence, which is so wonderful. Well, I mean, the violence is the book is wonderful. That seemed to kind of mark going in a slightly different direction, or maybe even more than slightly for you, where you started going down the path of things that the more horror. But I would argue that you were showing signs of this even back with Wicked As She Wants, which is my favorite in the Blood series, by the way.
Many people's favorites.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
I mean, that's the one that won 2 RT awards, and
oh, that's right. Yeah. And that opening scene was enough to have me hooked for forever. And I was like, oh my gosh. I just had to tell all kinds of people about it for that. But
yeah, so if anybody's into it, it's a vampire romance series set in a steampunk version of London. But the second book is posited on what if Princess Anastasia was a vampire? Right. And a very vicious one with that. And it opens with her in a suitcase being very upset.
Yeah. And it was just, I kept, I'm like, I can't believe I'm reading this. This is awesome.
It's also the one that's got like there's blood drinking camels in that. I think that there's a sex scene on like a swing.
You just had all kinds of stuff going on there. Yes. But definitely somewhere over here. I still carry it around. I should get it out for a minute. I have the postcard that you had when you first came out with the first book with Wicked As They Come. I still carry that around. Aww. It's in my Dragon Con notebook. It stays there. So yeah, it's there all the time. Maybe it's a good luck charm. I don't know. It's served me well so far. So I'm keeping it in the notebook.
Yeah, Dragon Con hasn't burned down yet, so keep it going.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's fingers crossed. Now we've got when we were talking about the darker turn, we've got Bloom. And I know sometimes things they're not published in the order that you've written them necessarily, but I'm trying to go by publication date for, a number of these things. And that book, give us, I mean, that's the kind of one that even though I had an idea, you kind of know something's going on. It was still like, oh my God, it's like the last 20 pages. It's anyway, give our viewers just a little synopsis of what that one's all about without giving too much away.
The pitch for that one is cottagecore girl Hannibal.
Yeah.
And that book came about because my daughter, who was I think she was 16 at the time, finally, kids won't watch anything you tell them to. So I'd been telling her for years she would love the Hannibal TV show. And of course she wouldn't touch it. And then apparently she, reached whatever she needed to do to finally watch it and fell into it like many people do. And she came to me and she was like, why are all the hot serial killers dudes? Like, where are the women? And I was like, well, I mean, for one thing, statistics. For the second thing, maybe we're better at not getting caught. And number 3, I will write that for you.
Yeah, that's right. You're like, well, now I know what I'm writing next. Okay.
Yeah, no. So that was that. I wrote that for her.
Yeah.
It's dedicated to her.
I remember. Yeah. And it's well worth it, people. Even if you do kind of get a little creeped out, it's good. It's all good.
I would say it's probably my most popular book right now. And it's also just a truly beautiful book. Like the cover is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
You get the hardcover, the end papers are just luscious.
Yeah. And even, well, that's where you signed it. So yeah, the inside. It is a gorgeous book.
And that's one of the only books I've ever had major input to the cover. I had an idea of what I wanted, so I did a piece of artwork because I'm an artist. I have an art degree. I just don't use it a lot, but I did a piece and put it up on Instagram and tagged my editor and was like, if I could do the cover, this is what it would look like. And so it was inspired by my piece of art.
That's awesome.
And then Julia Lloyd, who was the cover artist, just took it and just made it so much better.
Well, and that's unusual in and of itself to have that much input. So.
Well, no, I mean, it wasn't like they asked me. I've kind of foisted it upon them, and apparently they found something there to like. But yeah, it was pretty special.
Now, that particular book is, in non-supernatural horror, as I would describe it, and then got this one. Which is also just a beautiful cover.
Yeah, these are all by Titan. These are Titan has bought 5 novellas from me, 5 horror novellas, and they're all just this gorgeous. Which I don't know if you've seen the interiors of House of Idol yet, but oh my god!
No, I have not. I've got it on pre-order, but you have a sample you can show us?
I do. I don't know if it's in the room. I've got the arc, but I don't have the full mask. Oh yes, here we go. Okay, good. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the hardcover for House of Idol. It's out September 9th. But I mean,
wow.
It's about a rock band. So there's every chapter starts with CD liner notes with song lyrics. And they have the different albums have different branding on them. So then these are all lyrics. And then look at the cover of this book.
Oh wow. That's beautiful.
So pretty. Yeah, so every chapter heading has lyrics for the songs of the band in the book. I love this book. It's just so cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And this is a signed edition from Books A Million. So if you're a signed books person and you can't get to me, Books A Million has you can order it right now for pre-order.
Oh, cool. Okay. Good job. Yeah. Well, so give us a little I was going to say a taste of what guillotine is like, but I guess that's.
We can go back to guillotine. So guillotine came about because I was reading a BuzzFeed article about, it was, I work for billionaires. This is what they're secretly like. And somebody said that the family of billionaires they worked for had a yacht that was made to carry all of their smaller yachts, but then their neighboring family got a yacht that carries a smaller yacht. So they kept trying to buy bigger and bigger yachts to carry more and more yachts. And I was like, somebody needs to kill these people. so I wrote a book. This is in the time of the orcas, So that's I'm real mad at billionaires and the patriarchy book.
Right. And she's not giving anything away, folks, by saying that, because it makes it pretty clear from the beginning that that's what is going to happen, but you don't know exactly how, and you can't turn away. Even if you're tempted, it's like, oh my gosh. But yes, that one again is what I would call, the category of non-supernatural horror. Yeah. But then we've got this one.
Yes,
it will only hurt for a moment, which I think of it as being kind of a combination. Ooh, is that
that's the paperback.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So it looks different, but I love this one too. I mean, I think it's a beautiful copy.
We love the cover. It just doesn't show up as a thumbnail. I walked into a Barnes & Noble and realized it just disappears on the table. So I asked him to do some brighter colors on the paperback because it looks like a thumbprint. It's just a smudge.
Yeah, you're right. I hadn't really thought about that.
Well, I noticed it. I make a postcard every year to give away at cons that has all of my book covers on it. So if somebody likes me, I can just hand them a postcard and be like, "This is me," and you can't even see it. It's just like a little gray dot.
Right. You might see a little, excuse me, a few lines or something.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about this one, which I consider to be a combination of
human horror and supernatural horror. Yes, this one is about a woman escaping a abusive relationship who goes to an artist colony in the North Georgia mountains, quite near Dahlonega, where I used to live. and that you were familiar with. And she is a potter trying to reconnect with her art. And the artist colony is on the grounds of an old, very fancy hotel that rich people used to go to. And then weird stuff starts happening and the artists start unraveling. And you find out that there are many dark things occurring.
Yes. Things that have occurred and things that are occurring. So,
yeah.
And what else? There's something special going on with this book right now.
Oh yeah, this book is up for a Dragon Award at Dragon Con. So if you are a voting person, if you like to vote for things, it's free. You can just go to, if you type in Dragon Con or Dragon Award, it'll pop up and you can apply to vote. It's up against some tough competition with Stephen Graham Jones and Chuck Tingle, but they're not going to be at Dragon Con and I am. So
that's
who
right.
really
That's
cares
right.
the most?
Yeah. And it's again, another riveting one. Thank you very much. And I think that people will enjoy it. And yes, as far as the Dragon Awards go, for anybody watching this who doesn't know, you don't even have to be associated with Dragon Con.
Yeah, it's not like the Hugos where you have to be a member. Any rando with
right.
an email can vote.
Yeah, all you have to do is confirm that you give them an email address. They'll send you a link. You confirm that, yes, you do in fact exist. And, you go from there. But that's, it truly is a fan-driven award. So it's always nice to make it to that nominee list, I'm sure. Now, you've had some other... This, I guess, what you could say was a tie-in kind of one here. The
Ravenloft, Heir of Strahd, an official Dungeons and Dragons book.
Yes, and which sadly I have not had a chance to get to yet, but I'm waiting soon.
Just gonna bye, Carol. Just kidding.
Oh, that's it. Like, oh, I'm leaving now. I had intended to, but
we're leading into Dragon Con. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, I was going to say somehow, it's Dragon Con's in 10 days, and I'm like, how did that even happen? I don't know, but anyway, how did you get involved with that, and what can you tell us about that particular book?
Well, the editors in charge of the Dungeons and Dragons fiction right now are the same editors in charge of Star Wars and Stranger Things and Minecraft and a whole bunch of IP. And, writing for franchises is a very specific niche skill. You have to be very, very fast and very easy to work with. So I'm very fortunate that lots of times I get to take on some of these jobs because we have a good working relationship. And I'm a big old nerd. So when I heard Ravenloft and Strahd, I was extremely excited. This book is actually really great in that it's meant to be both a gate for new players who may not know about the world of Ravenloft, because it's like a specific world within Dungeons and Dragons with some of its own rules. So if you have never played Ravenloft before, or if you're kind of curious about it, if you've never done Curse of Strahd, this book is a great window because you can learn what's happening with the characters, how the world works, who the movers and shakers are, that sort of thing. But if you are an old school Strahd stan or someone who's played or DM'd that campaign, you're going to suddenly be like, oh wait, this is the exact castle in the maps, except for I had to add a bedroom because there's only like 2 bedrooms in the whole castle.
Oh, geez.
But other than that, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's this room. That's like it is the map. It does follow the rules. You're going to see the characters and creatures that are in there, and Strahd remains himself. Strahd is a strange, dark, tragic, sociopathic character, and he was really fun to write.
Somehow that sentence
I got into that headspace.
Sense. What's that?
Somehow I got into that headspace.
Yeah, but somehow that sentence makes perfect sense to me coming from you when it comes to writing your characters. So anyway, I look forward to diving into that one head first, but I won't do it, literally. Now we've got this one, which just came to my house just a few days ago. The Ride or Die, which is a great title, which is a new YA/middle grade.
Yep.
And what can you tell us about that one?
So when I was a kid, I was a very fearful kid, and I had a big imagination, and my parents didn't know how to explain things to me. So I came up with this idea when I was around 10 that amusement parks just randomly killed kids. That like maybe just every 10th kid, they just yeeted off of a roller coaster and scraped him off a tree with a broom, and nobody ever thought about it again. So every time I went to the amusement park, I was like, what if I'm the next kid? I was pretty sure I was going to die constantly. Like the Six Flags Kids Zone, I was like, oh, I'm about to die.
Yeah,
So,
really.
it's like we went to Disney World and we rode the Maelstrom. And it's the Frozen ride now. It used to be the Maelstrom, but there's a point where it starts going backwards in the dark. And I was just screaming, we're all going to die. I told you we're going to die. So that was me as a kid. And that's what this book is predicated on, is that amusement parks are terrifying and kill children.
Okay. You hear that, folks? So yeah, get it for your kids.
It's set at a made-up amusement park that's in North Georgia. It's called Wild Woods, and it's got a mascot is an old prospector named Pickaxe Pete. You're gonna love him. He's real fun.
With a name like that, he has to be. Yes.
It's also the kind of amusement park that has like some animals in it. So yeah, it's. I got to draw the map. Actually, it's my first time drawing a map by myself. And then they added some. They zhuzhed it up a little bit, but that map is hand drawn by me. Very exciting.
Yeah. All right, that is great.
Yep. So that one is very fun. But yeah, it's about a girl who just wants to be popular for one night. Then she gets on a truth or dare, and then things get real dark for her.
Ah, okay. Well, that is the one that has most recently arrived at my house, but there are several things that are upcoming that are on pre-order.
Yay!
And you showed us the physical copy of is it Idle or Idle?
Idle, I believe.
Okay, that's
how I've always said it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I didn't want to say the wrong thing. And what can you tell us about that one? You said it was part of this series that you're doing, or not a series per se.
Yeah.
But
They bought several novellas. So these are my beautiful Titan horror novellas. This is the third one after Bloom and Guillotine. But yeah, it is about how we all know Jared Leto is in a cult. Like we've seen pictures of him in white robes with like a Jesus spirit leading people barefoot along a beach. Okay, yeah, but what if it was a murder cult? What then?
What then? Okay.
So yeah, it's a kind of glittery rock star murder cult book. It's got CD liner notes and lyrics and a made up band. And it's one of the coolest things is that my husband is gotten into playing and writing music, and so he was like, well, pick one of the lyrics you write and write out the whole song and I'll record it. So I picked the song that I could kind of hear in my head and hummed it for him, and he turned it into a song. So I played it on Instagram a couple of times, but one of the songs of the band has been turned into a song that you can listen to.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
It's very exciting.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool for both of you. And that one comes out a week after Dragon Con. So sadly,
it's September 9th. And I even talked to the bookstore to see if we could get some early copies, and we can't. But I am going to be doing like a special. I usually do like special giveaways at Dragon Con, where each day I will have like one copy of a special one of my arcs. I have three arcs, I believe, that I can bring. And if you find me and follow the correct directions, whether that involves cosplay or a secret phrase or something, then you get that signed book.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, folks. So people have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Now, and a week later, you have something that I don't have an actual picture of, but yeah, since it's not out yet, yes, the Thor and Loki. Another one I have on. Yeah.
We're going to talk about a beautiful book. Look at this guy. He's gold.
Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, no, he's a chunker. He is a thick lad. This is some high quality paper, and then it's got like these little edges on it, and then show us some. We've got Where's the art? This thing is chock full of art. I'm just missing it all because I'm a
Oh,
wiener.
I saw a little
Let's
bit.
see.
You just flipped it on, yeah. Oh
Valkyries.
wow! Oh wow! That's
Yes,
gorgeous.
this art is by Gabriel H. Walta. But yeah, this book it even smells good.
Oh yeah. Well, that's nice because when they don't, that's very distressing to someone like to me and to you as an author, me as a reader. It's like,
Yeah.
no. But the funny thing about this one is I saw you had posted a link to your Instagram post that you did about this. And someone who commented on that post was her question was, when do you sleep? And I thought it was hilarious because I thought that's probably a good question. But what can you tell us about Thor and Loki?
So this book is really unusual. I've never seen or written a book like this before. It is not it's not a novel. It's not like an original story that I've written. What it is Thor and Loki as the characters are having to explain Norse mythology to the Avengers. Basically, Ragnarok has started and Thor and Loki get into kind of like a bard's competition of like, no. So you have to understand this is how the world started.
Right.
And so it's kind of each chapter tells one of the Norse myths in character as Thor or Loki. So of course there's going to be, insults and bragging depending on who's telling which story, with the Avengers in the middle being like, wait, this guy drank what from a giant ice cow? Like, wait, Thor, what do you mean you have children? Wait, what do you mean, Loki, your son is a wolf? So yeah, it was super fun. And then in addition to the Norse myths, I got to take a couple of really classic Thor and Loki Marvel stories and write them into the same pattern as if they were Norse myths. So like Thor, Frog of Thunder, Kid Loki goes to the underworld, Loki for president, the first Avenger. I got to take those and put them in as if they were myths that Thor and Loki are also, telling the story of.
Oh, that's awesome. I look forward to that. That's going to be great. And did you picture Hemsworth and Hiddleston while you were writing these characters?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah. It's
well,
I'm like, I know part of the challenge of this is that everybody has a favorite Thor and Loki, that there's been through the ages so many different ones. I kind of had to like mentally meld them into like an Uber Thor and Uber Loki, so it wasn't too movie or too comic, but in my head it's mostly Wilson.
Yeah, I can completely understand that one. Yes. Well, that one again 2 weeks after con. So
yep, September 16th.
Yeah. So I'll be looking forward to when that one shows up at my house as well. Now you have something coming out in the beginning of next year.
Yes.
And February 3rd was the most recent date I've seen.
Yeah,
and
it moved.
Oh, there we go. And something
they have changed the colors a little bit on this cover, but
Books and Bewitchment, and under a new pen name.
Yep,
LaJewel. So, what can you tell us about that book and a little bit about why you have a different name? Although most people probably understand how that works, but yeah.
Yeah. So this one is very fun. It's kind of like my return to romance. But it is set in a town based on Dahlonega. And it is about a woman who her grandmother dies and she doesn't know what she inherits, so she has to go back to the small town that her mother has made her promise to never, ever, ever go back to see what she and her sisters might inherit, because they really need the money. And there she finds out that she's part of this kind of magical legacy. But of course, not all is smooth sailing. There is a problem that needs to be fixed, and a very handsome contractor shows up. But one of my favorite parts of this is that she has a pet parrot who, when you become a witch and you have an animal with you and it becomes your familiar, suddenly you're stuck with this animal. So she's got a pet. It's a rose-breasted cockatoo or a gullah parrot. So that one is, I had a lot of fun with that. In the original drafts, it was a chicken, but we changed it.
Well, that would be funny too, but yeah, definitely and making it a cockatoo is a good thing, because I used to have a bird and have always loved birds. And one of the things that I'd always read about cockatoos is that they can become very attached to an individual, and that to one person. I mean, a lot of animals do that, but cockatoos apparently can get very upset if their people aren't.
Well, that's a sulfur crested or an umbrella. So gullas are a little bit different. They're not quite as I am a 3-year-old and I will kill you if you don't love me. But yeah,
Right.
it was still very fun to write, and it's got my kind of more comic turn. So yeah, it was really fun to get back into that world. They bought 2 so far, so there will be at least 1 more, hopefully more than that, because there's 3 sisters and just a whole town of people. And also, there are, if you want to get a taste for the world, I sometimes do these anthologies with my friends Kevin Hearn and Chuck Wendig. So there's one called Canines and Cocktails.
Yeah.
That is a book that you can buy, but it's one way to introduce the world and get kind of a flavor for the people and things going on there. That one is part of a book so you can order. They've got a paperback with a really nice cover by Galen Dara, and then there's also an audiobook.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought I had an ebook of it.
Yep, we got that too. There's another short story that's in an upcoming Jim Butcher anthology called Paranormal Payback.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, expanding out in this very fun little world.
Well, that sounds great, and we will talk more about that world on at least one of your panels at Dragon Con, about witches, which you will share with some other witchy writing ladies. So that should be a lot of fun. Now, you also had some really big news. It's been several months ago. And I mean, what is time right now? As you said, Dragon Con's in 10 days. So it's like, but it's been at least a few months, I know, since the news broke that you are picking up the Shannara series for Terry Brooks.
Yep.
And what can you tell us about that and how that came about? And I can only imagine you're very excited about this, but that's probably like a little like the understatement of the week, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Terry for years. He's a Del Rey author, and I'm very fortunate in that, there was a period of time where kind of before COVID, where Del Rey was at a lot of the cons, and there was, they'd bring the authors together for dinner. So we really got to meet this really cool cohort of other writers that I treasure as friends. So I got to meet Terry pretty much anytime we're at a con together. We'll have a meal together, get breakfast, something like that, go have drinks with him and his wife, Judine. Wonderful, wonderful man. Like they say, don't meet your heroes. If your hero is Terry Brooks, meet him. He's awesome.
You're going to be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. He's a real good dude. So yeah, I just got an email one day from his editor saying, would you be at all interested in, continuing on with Shannara? And I was like, yeah, it's like you have to close the email and back away and be like, I don't know if that was real.
Is somebody
quite trust it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine that's what it feels like when you win the lottery, where you're like, I can't have read that right. But yeah, we started working together, and I read what he had planned, and I put together my outline and went back and forth with his editor. And then once we got the okay, I wrote 10,000 words, and they both loved it. So I finished the book, and Terry has read it, and Terry loves it. And that's really good, because I don't think I could live with myself if I disappointed Terry Brooks.
Right. Yeah, that's a great story, though. That really is. And have you been told, do you have any kind of clue as to when people can be looking for that? I mean, when?
Oh, it should be next year. It should be out sometime in 2026.
Okay. Well, that's at least they don't have to wait forever to.
Well, Gallifile came out this year, so it's pretty reasonable for, Terry usually takes at least a year with his book, so it's the normal schedule.
Right. And that was so amazing when I saw that. I thought, wow. And I have a funny Terry Brooks story to tell you from many years ago, but I'll do that at another point in time. But Yeah, he had been at Dragon Con before, actually. So even
Yeah, I was
before,
very surprised I wasn't going to be on any fantasy panels this year. I was like, you guys,
yeah, well,
did you not hear?
uh, well, it's sometimes hard to snatch you up, but like as we've been talking, I was like, well, I could have really used Delilah on that panel, but it's like you're already
Hey,
so
I posted my schedule today, Carol. If you can sneak me in, I'll just sneak in.
yeah.
Old school style. Like if I'm not doing anything.
I'll look and see. Well, no, I mean, I can see, so I will check and then we'll talk. But I think it's great that you have been picking up this. You know, I keep thinking of passing on the Olympic torch, kind of thing, from him, and that's awesome. Because certainly very well respected and liked, and that doesn't always, those two things don't always go together, in the genre for someone who's been around as long as he has. So that's great that he picked you.
It's very flattering. It's very kind.
Now, is there anything else that you can give us a hint about of what you're working on, or something that we can look forward to, or is everything still kind of under wraps?
Oh, with other books, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Next year we'll have Books and Bewitchment. Then there's a secret book. Then there's Shannara. Then there'll be the 4th Titan novella, which probably need to start pitching that pretty soon. Because like I sent when I asked them to buy more books, I sent them some ideas, but I don't know which ones they want or when. So that'll be fun for us. And I'm in a couple of anthologies that are secret. I got a lot of secrets. Oh, I am in an anthology, an all-women werewolf anthology called Howl that'll be out, I believe, later this year. Lindy Ryan put it together. So I'm excited about that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I'll just have to make sure I have a werewolf specific panel next year. I do those sometimes, and sometimes it's, shifters in general. Just depends on who's there.
Yeah.
So in any case, that it's just always so wonderful to talk to you, because when I see you at con, I get to talk to you when you're on a panel with me, but or for me, or however you want to look at it, and which I always appreciate. Thank you very much.
And you get to see me when I come up to your table begging for peppermint patties.
That's right. Well, I've got a bag that I always keep aside just for you. I tell them, I said, don't put these out for anybody. These are for Delilah only. So
the only way I keep going.
That's right. And so you've got a whole bag, and I think I will take a Sharpie and put your name on it.
Okay, Carol, did you see this? I got, not that one, this one. I got a House of Idle tattoo.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Thank you.
That is gorgeous. Yeah.
I'm gonna have temporary tattoos at Dragon Con. This one's starting to come off, but I'll have these.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, there you have it, folks. Anybody who will be at con, come and see Delilah on her many panels. And hopefully we will see you on the urban fantasy track. Any of these books that have come out that you haven't either read or acquired yet, here's your recommendation. And they can follow you around and get tips, right, on how to get a free one.
Yep. On Instagram, Blue Sky. Instagram is the only one I'll be on at Dragon Con, because it's the only one I have on my phone. But I'm Delilah S. Dawson on there, and on Blue Sky and Threads. Those are the places where I'll be talking about that. And this year I'll have badge ribbons, I'll have stickers, I'll have guitar picks for House of Idle. So if you're a musician, like, I have guitar picks. Yeah, I've really gotten to enjoy like little swag doodads.
Right. Well, I should have brought my blood bunny up here. I still have my blood bunny is in a place of honor downstairs, and it's he's just been there for so long that it's his spot. So I didn't even think about
where he lives.
That's right. That's right. And I think I did tell you the story about this was years ago, when one of my grandsons, who the oldest one's now 18, but and the younger one, or the next one down, is only a few years younger than that. But I can't remember. It was one of them though. They said to me, that bunny's got something on its mouth or something on its face, and I said, oh yeah, that's supposed to be blood. And I said, and they looked at me, and I was like, yeah, it's from a series that my friend Delilah wrote. And they were like, oh, okay, because they had met you. And it was like, okay, I remember. So yeah, the blood bunny still very popular. And as I recall, I won that through some kind of drawing at one of your first book signings. So I've had it for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I want to thank you, Delilah, for doing this, for taking the time, for being my 100th recording for the YouTube channel. And it's really been nice. Every time I've asked you, you've always been very willing to do this, especially when I was like, well, I've got to talk about the violence. Delilah, can we do an interview so we can talk about that? And that was that was great. That I very much appreciated that as well. But I do hope that people will, be looking for you at con, be, looking for your books, which there will be a bookseller in the vendor hall in the signing area. You do have a few different signings scheduled in both places, as I recall.
Yeah, so that's in the vendor hall. It'll be the missing volume. I believe it's booth 1201.
1201. Okay. And the missing volume will have your books at the other signings that you're doing as well. So,
yep.
And there is a meet and greet for Dragon Award nominees and past recipients, which you are both.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you may be one of the only people there this year who is in both of those categories. So congratulations. And that's on Friday night at con. So people can come and see you and get to meet you if they never have. And the bookseller will be there this time. So.
So okay. I didn't know that was like a public thing. Now I realize I need to add it to the schedule I posted on Instagram today, because I took it off.
Oh, there's a different one, but that one, the one on Friday at 7 is definitely the one. But again, thank you so much. Thanks to everyone who will watch this and who will certainly follow up getting some of these wonderful books and coming to our programming that lots of people work on. So please come and see us.
And Carol gives away free books. I think pretty much every panel has at least 1 or 2 free books.
Yep. There's always something there. Actually, right now I have like 4 boxes of books that I'm taking with me. I was like, that might be kind of heavy for the.
I need to bring some. I don't think I've been pulling my weight. I need to bring you some author copies.
Oh, cool. Okay. That'd be great. Thank you. So see, folks, you have all that stuff to look forward to. But thank you again. And I will look forward to seeing you very soon, Delilah.
Thank you, Carol.
Good night, all.
See you soon.